Hi, welcome to Nirvana Central, your new favourite YouTube channel for all things Nirvana. This first video on the channel is just going to be a short introduction, just to really tell you what the channel is, what sort of content you'll find on here moving forward, and just also tell you a little bit more about myself, my sort of connection with Nirvana, and why I feel that you might want to listen to me making videos about the band. So, point number one is, what is Nirvana Central? So Nirvana Central is my new YouTube channel that I've just created. It's dedicated to Nirvana, their music, their legacy, and just everything to do with them really. And I'm hoping it'll be a place for Nirvana fans to come together online and connect and share some interesting thoughts and ideas about the band and about Kurt. Okay, point number two, what sort of content will people and Nirvana fans find on the channel? So obviously it's a YouTube channel, so it's going to be videos, and it'll just be videos about Nirvana, about the band, about Kurt, about the other members, you know, running down my favourite tracks, my favourite albums, maybe some of the stories behind the songs, some of the big sort of events, moments in the band's history, just anything that I think interests me about them and that I think would be interesting for other people to hear really. So that's the type of thing that you'll find on here. And then number three, the old scout symbol, is sort of, who am I and why might you want to listen to me rambling on about Nirvana? So my name's Paul. I live in the northwest of the UK, England, and I am a huge Nirvana fan. So that's sort of the first thing I guess to know about me in relation to this channel. That's the reason I'm creating the channel, creating videos for it, just because I love Nirvana. They're my favourite band. I've loved them for a long, long time. I'm passionate about them, and you know, I just think that it will be a good, interesting thing for me to do, and also it'll be interesting for other Nirvana fans out there maybe to get a different take on things or find out things they might not already know through listening to the channel. So I first got into the band when I was about 12 years old. So it's actually due to my brother. He brought home Nevermind because it had just been released at the time. So it gives you an idea of how old I am now as well, if you do the maths. So I heard him playing it in his room, because we used to have rooms next to each other. So I heard it blasting through the walls, and I was just like completely blown away. I just was completely floored, couldn't believe what I was hearing really. It's like sort of exciting, especially at that age, because I just started getting into music through my brother again, because he's a little bit older, but it was sort of like Metallica, Van Halen, so still guitars and rock and bands, but obviously a completely different sort of thing, obviously, to Nirvana. So obviously when I heard Nevermind coming through the walls, I actually went in, as I remember, and I was like, wow, what is this? This is just like amazing. Like, I've got to listen to this, I've got to know who it is. And interestingly enough, although he did like him, I don't think he got into him as much, because he went more stuck with the heavy metal type of stuff. So I think I actually borrowed that album off him, in inverted commas, and just listened to it loads. And then obviously, you know, I was hooked then, and it became my favourite band, and they've remained that way ever since. And obviously then I just started buying all the albums, the singles that came out, you know, any magazines or papers who were in, getting the interviews, you know, keeping an eye out for them on telly. any videos, DVDs, and then up until obviously in 1994, when obviously we lost Kurt, which was completely devastating as a fan, which I know it would be for all Nirvana fans, and it still is. And it actually surprised me how much that touched me, because obviously I didn't know him. I've got no official connections with the band, never met him, never talked to him. Not relatives, got absolutely nothing to do with them apart from being a huge fan of them and the music. And it just really surprised me how actually touched I was, especially at quite a young age, by what happened, how much, it touched me emotionally. But I think that was just testament to how amazing the music was and how emotional the music was, and how obviously I felt that connection with Kurt through the music, because it was just so powerful, and he was just such a genius and such a talented human being, and seemed like such a nice person as well, somebody you'd want to hang out with and things. That it just really devastated me at the time, and obviously you do still feel it today a little bit, although it's been a long time. When it comes around to that time of year every year, you still think about it, and it's still very sad. So I'm following on from that. Obviously, I just basically remained a fan ever since. Obviously, the band obviously broke up, didn't do anything else as such, but we've had a few compilations come out and various books and different things which have kept up to date with, and I just remained a huge fan ever since, really. And I say it's still my favourite band. I still love them, still listen to them all the time. And the other thing is actually that I do play guitar myself, and it was actually Nirvana and Kurt that inspired me to start learning to play guitar. So yes, I started lessons probably more like when I was about 14-ish, maybe about 13. And that was, totally inspired by the band and by Kurt, as I say, because you just wanted to be like him. You wanted to form a band and make that sort of noise, and play shows and have all that excitement from just watching them and seeing how passionate it was and how it made you feel. And I started learning with somebody called Jason Woolley. So hello, Jason, if you're watching. He was an amazing guitarist himself, and somebody I still keep in touch with actually to this day. So he showed me some basic chords and showed me a few Nirvana songs, how to play them. So there's that as well. As well as being a fan, I can sort of appreciate him from a musician's point of view, in terms of the riffs and the chords and the songwriting and what have you, and the sounds and the pedals and the amps and all that sort of thing. So that's really sort of my ties with Nirvana. I say nothing official. Obviously this channel is completely unofficial. It's just me as a fan recording my thoughts and putting them together. And I'm not saying I'm an expert on everything, or I'm right about everything, or know everything about them. It's just me giving my take on things, really, which, especially once we get into videos, which I'll probably do soon, about, my favourite tracks, my favourite albums. Obviously that's going to differ from a lot of people's out there, and that's fine. Everyone's got their own opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, but it's just going to be my take on things, really, and just hopefully it's something people want to listen to and connect with. So with that all said, I think that's probably everything for this first video, just a little introduction. So obviously feel free to subscribe, feel free to keep coming back to check for new videos, and also feel free to leave a comment or share this, just to help me out a bit, get a bit of traction. Thanks.